Never just save money. Those were the first words my grandfather spoke to me. When I heard them, I was stunned. Everyone repeats the same advice: put money aside, prepare for tomorrow. But my grandfather smiled and said, no, do not merely store money, make it multiply. Let me share his story. In a quiet village lived an elderly man. People labeled him idle. He rarely worked. Each day he rested beneath a large tree. He watched the sky, gazed down the path, and imagined. He would say, one day I will start a shop, one day I will own cattle, one day I will grow wealthy. Yet that day never arrived. He only imagined, he never acted. At first the villagers mocked him. Later the laughter faded. They only pitied him. His wife labored at home. She prepared meals, washed clothes, cleaned the house, and struggled to support the family. One evening she spoke to him softly. Dreams are lovely, but dreams cannot satisfy hunger. We need income, we need effort. The old man simply nodded and replied, someday I will discover a path. Days went by, months went by, years went by. Life grew difficult, food became scarce, money nearly vanished. One night the old man's young grandson approached him. The child was barefoot, thin, and hungry. He asked in a quiet voice, Grandpa, is there any bread? The grandmother opened the cupboard. It stood empty, no bread, no grain, nothing at all. Pain struck the old man's heart. He looked at the boy and felt tears rise. That night he understood a truth. Dreams are valuable, yet dreams alone cannot feed a household. He could not rest. He tossed in bed repeatedly. His stomach was empty, his thoughts weighed heavy. At dawn he did something he had never done. He left to seek work and became a farm laborer. The sun burned hot, the ground was parched. He toiled for many hours. He raised heavy tools, his back ached, his feet scorched, his hands grew tough and calloused. Each night he returned exhausted. The grandmother cooked meager portions, perhaps beans, perhaps one or two flatbreads, nothing extra. The grandson asked, Grandpa, what did you earn today? He showed his small wages. It is little, yet it is real. Soon, however, he grasped a bitter fact. Money arrived, money departed, food ran out, medicine ran out, bills were paid, yet troubles remained. The roof still leaked, the family stayed hungry, setting money aside seemed impossible. One day at the village shop, the old man overheard men speaking. One man declared firmly, the key is storing money. When you store it, you stay secure. Those words stayed in the old man's thoughts. That night he found a glass jar. He concealed it beneath the bed. Each week he dropped a few coins inside. Clink, clink. The sound brought him joy. He felt hope. The grandson discovered the jar one day and asked, what is this, Grandpa? The old man smiled and answered, this is our future. Yet setting money aside proved hard. He wore worn shoes full of holes. He bought no new clothing. They ate less. Sometimes the plates held almost nothing. Still he added coins. The grandmother asked, what good is money if we remain hungry? He replied, only one day you will see. Months went by. The jar filled. The old man felt proud. He felt secure. He felt prepared for what lay ahead. One day they visited the market. He set the jar's contents on the counter and said, I want 3 sacks of corn. The shopkeeper counted the coins. He shook his head and said, prices have risen. This money purchases only 1.5 sacks. The old man was stunned. Money had lost worth. Goods cost more. Saving moved slowly. Life remained difficult. Everything felt burdensome once more. One evening the old man sat outside in silence. He watched neighbors pass. One carried eggs, another carried milk. They appeared calm, free of worry, free of fear. Then a small idea returned to him, a very small idea, yet ideas are seeds. He looked at his grandson and asked, what if we purchased chickens? This time he did not wait for someday. This time he moved. He took his saved coins and bought a few scrawny chickens. The boy laughed and chased them. Grandpa, now we own our own egg factory. At first they found 1 egg, then 2. They ate some. They sold some. With the earnings they bought another chicken, then another. Gradually the flock increased. Gradually the income increased. The old man kept records in a small notebook. He noted every egg sold. He counted every coin gained. Soon neighbors came to purchase eggs from him. Hope filled the house. The old man smiled more often. He worked, yet he worked for his own tomorrow. For the first time he felt genuine pride. One day he held an egg and told his grandson, this egg holds more power than a jar of coins. Money can disappear. Money can lose value. But when we use money wisely, it multiplies like living things. The grandson embraced him and asked, so you are no longer idle? The old man smiled through tears. No, my child, I learned a vital truth. Never merely store money, make money multiply. From that day forward he told everyone, storing money is like cupping water in your palms. It will slowly escape. But if you use money to create something, even something small, it expands. This was his deepest lesson, and today I pass it to you. Never only store money, invest, multiply. Even a modest beginning can transform a life. Your support gives us strength to create more stories. Please like and subscribe.